Hey guys, back with another What I Eat in a Day. As always, showing you everything that I eat in a day. I am currently, or just have an ongoing goal to continue to eat better, control my overeating, along with hopefully lose some weight. Right now I'm kind of in a bit of a maintaining phase. I haven't been working out, and I haven't been staying super strict to my calories, and that's kind of what keeps me going in the long run, is just not doing anything too extreme, giving myself breaks where I need it, blah 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 blah. Anyways, pretty pumped about the meals that I have to show you today. My lunch is something that I've been eating for 3 weeks now. The dinner that I'm having is something that I had the night before last, and it was so good. I do intermittent fasting, so I start eating at 12, stop eating around 9 p.m. It kind of depends. Mostly I just don't start eating till 12 just to keep my calories down. I use MyFitnessPal to track my calories. It just makes it easier for me because I don't want to cut carbs or do anything like that. So I need to make sacrifices somewhere and make adjustments somewhere in comparison to what I was doing before. So this is how I've been doing it with portion control. So even if you're not on a diet or trying to lose weight, I think these recipes could be great. You can just adjust, how much fat, calories, or anything to make it work for your lifestyle. That's how I get a lot of my ideas. So let's go ahead and get into lunch. So here is the quiche before it's a quiche. I have cooked all of the vegetables here and given them a little bit of time to cool down just so that they're not piping hot when I put them in. So in here I have cremini mushrooms, onion, and then I added those little kind of frozen balls of spinach, and then a couple slices of this double smoked back bacon from Lou's. It's really good. I get it from Walmart, low calorie, and I only put in a couple slices, just super flavorful. And then in here, this is the egg mix. So I have 3 eggs, about 130-40 grams of these egg whites, which is a nice way to kind of bulk up the mix and add more protein but less fat. And then I used a little bit of almond milk, and then I have my pie shell here. This one is from, what is that brand? It's like that typical pie container brand, pie container. What is this called? Pie shell. Tender flake, all vegetable shortening. So I guess this is vegan and vegetarian. I'm not 100% sure, but it looks to be from the ingredients. A little bit high in saturated fats, but that's it. So what I'm going to do is add the vegetable mixture to the egg mixture. Then I'm going to put it all in the pie shell. Then I'm going to put in the feta just so that it's evenly distributed. You don't need to add cheese. I've added less and less cheese each time I've made this. And here in the mix, I also put this because I went to Trader Joe's last night. This is the Trader Joe's Mushroom and Company Trader Joe's Mushroom and Company Multi-Purpose Umami Seasoning Blend. So it has in here, umami is like one of the flavor profiles. So this has kosher salt, dried onions, ground mustard seed, porcini mushrooms, white button mushrooms, crushed red pepper, black pepper, and thyme. So normally I just put garlic salt, but I thought that that was kind of an interesting thing to add in. And then I'm also just going to cook in a pan while the quiche is cooking as well, some asparagus to have on the side with just like some spray oil and garlic salt, and everything's a mess because I was just cooking a bunch. But anyways, I'm going to put this in the oven here now, and it'll go in for about 45 minutes to an hour. Here is my finished quiche. I am so pleased with myself. It looks amazing. I've let it cool down for about 10 minutes before I cut it. When I first made this, I made it into like 4 slices, but I didn't find that was enough. It wasn't keeping me full, and I was just wanting to snack. So now I have it in thirds, and I cut down the amount of cheese that's in here, and I'm gonna have it with the asparagus. So I'm just gonna go cut this guy now. But wow, doesn't it look so perfect? And there's no recipe. I kind of just made it up myself. So here's the finished product. If you want to have less calories, you can just have like 1 slice and then have like a really big salad on the side. I prefer just to have 2 slices. And then I have the rest of this for 2 more meals during the week. And I generally heat it up in the oven just so that it gets crispy again. And the asparagus, I try not to cook too much because I am going to be reheating the other 2 portions of it during the week for lunches. So yeah, I'm so obsessed with this. And of course, like if you don't like mushrooms, you could always put asparagus in this. You could take out the ham if you're vegetarian. You can kind of just put in there whatever you want. So yeah, this is lunch. It is time for a snack, and I'm having this crazy orange popcorn. About 150 grams of grapes and a mini Coke Zero. The popcorn I found at Marshall's, but I bought this before from Sobeys. It's actually a Canadian brand out of Quebec, I think. It's called Bad Monkey. They make a few different types of popcorn. They make like a plain butter. I think there's like a caramel popcorn, and then this one is the nacho cheese, which is kind of just like a cheese flavor. So it says it's a good source of fiber. There's no milk in here. It's actually vegan and vegetarian, nut-free, and you get quite a bit of popcorn for like, I think this is just over 100 calories. I really wanted like a salty snack. And you get a gigantic bag here. So any kind of, most popcorn options are pretty good. Always check the calories on the back. If you just make your own popcorn, of course that's going to be even better, but I like this because I love salty snacks and it gives me that really like kind of salty, super flavorful feeling that chips would, and I just don't want to pop my own popcorn. So this is what's going to be my snack. And I've been eating a ton of grapes lately. I find them to be very, very filling and nice and sweet and fresh, and yeah, so gonna have the grapes and popcorn and a little Coke Zero. My snack. His snack. Cruel! Anyways, time for a snack. Having a bunch of vegetables, although it does look great. I mean, you know, nice and colorful. As I said, I'm sorry to my Canadian subscribers to deceive you like this. I am gonna feature a couple Trader Joe's products up in the next coming What I Eat in a Days.
Trader!
Make more noise with the paper, jeez. This is the organic buffalo style hummus. I actually am about to try this. I haven't tried it. I'm probably gonna do 2 tablespoons, which is 50 calories, but it's like a garbanzo bean slash chickpea, just a regular hummus. But I think you could probably make something similar if you just mix like hummus with a little bit of hot sauce and vegetables. That's Rue freaking out in the back. And then I'm gonna have some of these Smart Sweets. I had a bit of a rough week like a couple of weeks back, and my friends bought me some of these. I'd never tried them. So I just got these. They're crazy expensive. I wouldn't recommend eating the entire package because I think there's 28 grams of fiber in there. Is it? Yeah, and that seems like a lot for one serving. They're very, very low calorie though, so if you're craving something sweet, I'll eat like a couple of these at a time. So let me just kind of put all this on the plate and I'll show you. So here is my little snack plate. This hummus is super, super spicy, so if you like spicy things, you'll like it. It's weird. It's like the lid doesn't fit properly. I don't know if you've ever had that. And then here are the candy. I think I said I got these at Loblaws. They are plant-based, high in fiber, free from artificial sweeteners, free from artificial colors, naturally flavored, peanut and nut-free. So they're good. I wouldn't eat these all the time because they're expensive, but just like to try new things. I think you can order them online too. Anyways, yeah, here is my kind of late afternoon, evening snack before dinner. So I'm just starting to prep for dinner tonight. It is the Beyond Burger, which I mentioned. I tried this the other night and it was so good. So I'm just cutting up some russet potatoes. I'm going to cook them like I did in a What I Eat in a Day a little while back. I just cooked them on like a sheet pan, but like it's like a cooking sheet or a cookie sheet or like a baking rack or whatever, so you don't need to flip them. I just put a little spray oil and salt on there, and I'm a little kind of behind in my calories because I knew it was going to be a little bit of a denser dinner. That's why I had like all vegetables as a snack. So I'm gonna cut up this onion and kind of caramelize it. I might put like a pinch of sugar while I'm cooking them. I kind of want it to be like an In-N-Out-ish style, so I'm going to use a lettuce instead of a bun. And I'm going to use the entire burger. If I was going to use a bun, I would probably do half the burger. I'm just letting it defrost, but it's really malleable in the sense that it's almost like ground meat. Most veggie burgers are shaped into a patty and that's it. But this you can totally split into 2. So I am going to split it into 2 so I have like 2 mini burgers. But if I was going to do a bun and I wanted to stay on track, I would probably just have half of it, which makes it even better. It did just launch in Canada as I'm filming this. It's going to be a few weeks behind, and I got mine at Sobeys. Definitely pricey, but like, you know, I've been known to buy a Big Mac and that's like $10 for that meal. So with my fries, I'm going to have this no sugar added ketchup. And then on the burger, like I said, I'm having the onions, and then I use this all the time for burgers. It's the Walden Farms Thousand Island. I get this from Low Carb Canada. It's a 0-calorie dressing, and even when I'm trying to stay on track and I get McDonald's, I'll get a bunless Big Mac and put this on it instead of the Big Mac sauce, and it's basically just as good in my opinion. And of course some pickles. That's the French side, but you get me. So I'm gonna put these in the oven shortly, caramelize the onions. I'm still waiting for this to defrost. I might have to just cook it as a big burger and then cut it in half because I didn't give myself enough defrosting time, because when I defrosted it the other night, I defrosted it too much. Anyways, unimportant, but I'm gonna start putting all of this together, and I will show you when it's all done. So this is the pan that I was trying to describe earlier. This way you don't need to flip the fries, and you can hear they're quite crunchy. They can get a little bit dried out, and I like russet potatoes the most for my fries. And then you can see over here, put the burger going. There's cheese on it as well. I forgot to mention. I'll show you the cheese that I used now momentarily. So excuse the poor lighting, but here's the burger. It's the same. It was the same like patty, but I split it in 2. This is the cheese I used. It's 80 calories for a slice, and I split it in half to go on the burger, especially because I'm not using, oh, hold on. hard to do this one-handed, especially because I'm not using a bun. I wanted to add the cheese. And you could just do like one burger too if you wanted, but I wanted to get the full 20 grams of protein out of this. There's quite a bit of fat in the burger as well. Then I'm gonna add on the pickles and onions. The onions are nowhere near as caramelized as they get them at In-N-Out, but I do not have the time to deal with that. So this is what we're doing. And like I said, I had this the other night and I've been craving it. I'm a huge, like, I love meat, but I also love animals, and I've been struggling with that. So I've been trying to cut out meat. And for example, last Friday night I had an Eve's veggie burger, and I was like, oh, I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to put it on a bun. And it was such a carby, dry mess. So this is so much better. It holds up to a bun much better. Great on its own as well. Definitely needs a little bit of finessing, and I wouldn't say it tastes 100% like meat, but it is the absolute closest that I've gotten. Has a really good texture. And it's not like dry and carby like some veggie burgers can be. And I've had the A&W version, and I thought it was good, but I honestly like my home version better. I thought the A&W one was a little bit dry, but it was still good, and it's a great option to have on the go, especially if you are truly vegan or vegetarian. So this is dinner, and I'm so pumped on it. It's a really great option if you are looking to cut back meat. I'm excited to try their sausage as well. I've never tried that. I'm not sure when / if that is coming to Canada, but here it is. I'm gonna put just a little lettuce on top. I don't like it to be too lettucey, and a little ketchup on there, and I'm pretty pleased. So I just finished those burgers. They're seriously so good. Like, I'm so impressed with them. I think next time actually I'm gonna do it, there's room, I'm gonna do it without the fries. It's a little bit heavy that way, and I found myself kind of just wanting to eat the burger and not even the fries on like a weeknight kind of thing, because yeah, like, very good. I encourage you to try them. Definitely not something you're gonna have all the time, because it is a bit of a higher price tag, and they are quite high in saturated fats if that's something that you're watching. But then again, you kind of weigh it against, you know, do you feel like that's worse, or red meat, or I don't know. In my opinion, it's all about balance, and I'm really glad to have that alternative. So ending the night with these. Absolutely no nutritional value, but my god, are they good. So these are, they're technically in Ireland called drumstick squashies. I have an Irish friend, she sent me a care package and it had these in it, and I became obsessed with them, but I couldn't find them here in Canada. And I was walking down the street like a week and a half ago and saw one, like a single candy, not the bag, on the sidewalk, and I was like, this is a sign. So then I posted about it on Instagram, and a girl I know messaged me and she said she's found them at Loblaws. So they're actually new to Loblaws. If you look up in the corner, it says new from England. I would describe these as a hybrid marshmallow gummy candy. They're so addictive. Both times my friend has sent these to me, I have devoured the bag and hated myself. So trying not to do that this time around. Just gonna weigh out a few candies, probably like 6 or 7 of them. A serving is 40 grams, which is 140 calories, and 40 grams is about 15 candies, which I definitely don't eat 15 at a time. I mean, I have in the past, but now that I'm trying to be under control, I did find these at Loblaws. They were $1.99. Highly recommend you try them. They have candy, green apple and cotton candy too, and I didn't like those as much. These are raspberry. Wow, though, so good, and I'm so excited they're in Canada. So ending my night with a few candy. Definitely not the healthiest option, but the most delicious. So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.